Good afternoon. Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
And this is the bar class. More specifically, time to press those kettlebells and plie with those hips. Lauren will take us through a nice little warm-up, core and feet inspired, and then stay tuned for more plies for mobility on the bar and presses for strength with the bell.
All right, let's get started with those feet. At the bar, in space, wherever you'd like, let's gently keep our hips as a bowl of punch, nice and level, and bring a knee forward, bending at the knee to finding that demi or lunge point. Then we'll rise to 2 feet, bend the other knee, and land gently. Let's march on those for 4 more. And press up, hold, pull your kneecaps up, squeeze your butts, brace your abs. We're landing gently on that straight leg. On this one, we are going to land, then we're going to bend a knee, pressing the hips slightly back, extend the hips to tall, press up and switch sides, land on a flat foot, knee gently bends, extend to tall, press up. One more time of each side, knees are pointed forward, ankles are pointed forward, shoulders remain on top of hips as we go here. Feel free to have a light balance aid at your side. Let's press to switch once more and do one more thing here. We'll use our toes to point, and then we'll gently flex around over those toes. Go back over the toes to the demi point, press up. You'll notice here we're wearing ballet slippers. That's because we like to practice ballet, but you don't have to practice ballet to do this practice here. Press up. You could be wearing sock feet or bare feet. Press, roll over. We have one more flex on each foot here, but one thing we should be working on for the rest of our lives is being able to roll over those toes. We'll come back to that demi point, press to tall, and just hold our balance here. Could you hold and look around the room? Change your eye position, change your head position, but stay on those tall, tall toes, and then slowly descend. Let's gently let our heels touch, and then we'll melt, knees come forward. From there, we'll continue sinking. Our heels will peel up. We'll land softly on our knees with or without our hands. Extend our hips forward, squeezing both cheeks. Point the toes out behind you, and then gently sit back. Next, I will do a small quarter turn to have some room to go into our first plank here. In our plank position, we have our hands underneath our shoulders, so let's place them gently on the floor, opening up the fingers wide. Rotating the elbow pits forward, packing the shoulders or pulling them under the ears, and stepping back either to your knees or to your toes. When we're in that plank position, our cheeks are squeezed. We're pulling the floor down. We're bracing our abs. Without moving, think about pulling your right hand to your right hip like you're rippling the floor underneath you. Then pull your left hand to your left hip. Then pull both at the same time and keep breathing for 3, 2, knees come down. Point the toes out behind you. Sit back on those feet. Then we'll extend the hips through, tuck the toes under, rock back with or without hands. Let's find the heels as soon as we can, but try to keep the spine nice and long, and then press through to tall. Give that a little shake, and then we'll warm up the shoulders, and then we'll grab our bell.
We'll be using our press today, so with your feet in either the first position or just that parallel position here, take both arms and a light bicep curl and hold in this rack position. And imagine yourself holding a kettlebell there, or a dumbbell could work too. Now make light fists and aim to have a level line across the knuckles from the pinky to the index finger. At the shoulders, just for one today, elevate the shoulders, but as you press these kettlebells, we want to anti-shrug those shoulders or pull them down. In a low effort, but highly mindful way, move your arms towards your overhead. Can we, as Lauren's showing, extend those elbows in line with our ears, maintaining that nice rib to hip posture? Pull the armpits down, add the elbow bend after, and return to the rack. Check in with your body weight groove. Lauren, do one that's just not quite ready to press overhead, and that might indicate that the arms are on that incline out front. It's fine if you're here, but perhaps don't load that position, but instead just build that awareness and strength of the blades to pull back towards your rack position. Slowly extend the elbows, add a little bit of a shake, breath of fresh air, and maybe we should hold the kettlebell in that same position.
We should. So let's grab a bell. If you don't have a bell, maybe you have a dumbbell, an imaginary kettlebell is also fair. Get your hair just right, stand over top of your belt, and we're going to use our hinge position to pull this to the rack. So we hip hinge. We grip with one hand, we cuddle with the second, we pull it up, and we get into that rack position. Let's just hold here, getting ready to press by rooting our feet, squeezing our cheeks, bracing our core, keeping a vertical forearm. Bell is slightly off of your bicep for 3, 2, 2 hands on. Put it back down where you got it. Let it go. Stand up without. Repeat on the second side. How is that bell feeling? Like a good weight for today? Last week we progressed our reps, and this week we'll progress them even more. Think about pressing this bell. Keep the shoulder low. Brace the abs, squeeze the cheeks, and then 2 hands. Keep it tight as you park it to the floor. Shake it out. Next time we get back to that bell, we will press it.
For how many times? Well, we will be aiming for sets of 3 today and then sets of 5. Having a nice 3-5 wave to increase our overall volume. We'll be doing about 24 total presses on each side. But before we get there, let's get to the bar, that balance aid of yours, and work on our pliés with our tendu. Your arm could be out in that side second position, or just on the hip can satisfy the goals of today as well. So pull ourselves down into our first plié. Then take this outside leg and straighten it out, and then stretch, and then close. And let's just do a grand plie here where we go knees over toes, then the heels might lift, get a little lower, and then get the heels down and push the hips through. Then let's just tendu to the front again, and then close. Tendu out to the side, land in that second position, and then repeat the same thing. We'll go tendu, plie. There will be a weight shift here. So weight shift away and point that outside leg. Then full stretch and close. Let's tendu back and repeat again. Pull ourselves down into our squat. Try to stay that height and transfer your weight to the standing leg. And then stretch and close. To the back, same idea. We'll go plie, reach a single leg back, stretch the standing leg and close. Let's just do another grand plie here in first position. So knees over toes, lift up, sink a little lower, press those heels down, push those hips through, and just one last time to the back, a tendu, and then close. Let's get right away into a nice balance here at that coup de pied or ankle position. So cramp that standing leg bum cheek, keep a hand on the bar, or challenge yourself with those arms in that first position, and then finish in a nice tall first position and add a shake. Add those wiggles as well, and let's replicate that same structure on the other side. So hand on the hip with my feet in first. We'll plie, tendu front, full stretch and close. Now just a straight grand plie where the knees go over those toes and the heels lift up. And then the heels come down and we press on through. And then we tendu to the front and then pull back. Open that tendu to the side in the second or wider squat and pull ourselves low. Stay low, transfer weight to the bar, stretch that leg and close, repeating again. Tendu out, land, pull yourself down, having the knees touch that back wall, and then pull yourself to the bar, stretch the leg and close. Now a plie with that tendu to the back, straight leg, stretch and close, and now a grand plie in first, heels lift up as allowed, get the heels down and stretch, and just a tendu to the back, finish in first, climb the leg to that ankle position, that coup de pied, and squeeze your standing leg bum cheek, and have your knee to the side, point those toes down, challenge yourself with and without the bar, return to your tall first, and then shake and press time.
All right, so we said our first set would be the number 3. If the number 3 is too many for you, pick a number that's less than 3. But here we go, first time with our presses. Hinge, pull to that rack position, and 1, 2. We have butts and abs when we press. We're engaging all of the muscles, not just that pressing arm. Over the past 3 weeks, we've progressed from holding our kettlebell towards pressing. Hopefully, you've worked with us through those weeks. If not, go back and start again, or join us here. And remember, you can always hold in that rack position if pressing isn't for you. Hip hinge, pull to rack. It's another 3. Up, inhale down. Up, inhale down. And one more. And pull down. 2 hands, park that bell, come up without.
Come up without. Now back to those body weight hips. We'll explore an en croix pattern here, meaning front, side, back, and side. So, nice and tall. Take a ballet point out to the front, and then karate style that foot. We're already turned out, so let's do a turn in, and then a turn out, and a point to the foot. And then take it to the side, and repeat the karate style or dorsiflexed ankle, and then turn in on that hip, and finish with that turn out, and navigate that circle shape around to the back. Let's just bring that foot through all the way into first, then we'll go out to the back, and then out to the side, and out of the side again, we'll do our karate style foot. I believe us to be turned out, so let's turn in on that hip, hiding the inseam, then turn out, kneecap up, and point, and then just close right back underneath to our first position. Let's shake it out and repeat on the other side. So it'll be front, side, back, done.
Side.
Side, done. So here we go. Maintain that turnout as you point to the front, karate style the foot. Turn it in on the hip, turn it out, and then ballet point again and bring it to the side. At the side, we'll go karate style foot, turn in on that hip, then turn it out, and then point and reach it all the way to the back. From the back, just bring it all the way back underneath. We'll reach out to the back one more time, then bring it out to the side, and do our karate foot once more. Turn in on the hip, turn out on the hip, do our point, and pull under. And I forgot my balance, so let's do one more balance on the side, and we'll do the same on the others really quickly. Stay at that ankle position, that coup de pied, flat foot if that's for you, but we've warmed up those feet, so perhaps let's challenge ourselves into that demi-point rise. Control, breathe, squeeze the glutes, straighten those knees, and then come back down to that first position, and let's just do a quick switch on the other side. So pull up to that ankle position, coup de pied, arm on a bar, or again in first, squeeze your butt cheek. Your calf is working to stabilize, but your glutes are the power here, so cramp them up, maintain your breath, and your balance if you can, and then return back down to that first position with our shake. I always like to include those balances, so thanks for sticking around for that.
All right, we're back to our presses and we're to the number 5. Again, you always have the option to do less to hold that bell. So here we go, 5 reps, first arm. Hinge, grip, rack, and up 1, inhale down. But that off arm has some tension as you go here. You have core, your glutes are helping you get that bell up. And last one here, up, and then pull down and park. When we press that bell, I always say look up. That doesn't mean look up at the sky or look up at your bell, but just slightly elevated eyes, look down, go down. Hip hinge, other side. Pull. Up. 1, inhale on the down. 2, we're driving through that pinky on the up, getting all that energy from our tricep here to help us. And then thinking about that lat as we pull the bell back down and park. Oh, it's light.
The sounds of my press might sound like this, and it's doing that to emphasize the tension in the core. The sound of this next drill might sound a lot like that. We'll be doing our dégagé in that en croix position, meaning front, side, back, and side, and repeating singles the first time, doubles the next, and a triple to finish. So we'll start in that first position. We'll go slower, and we will be picking up our speed a little bit. So dégagé front, first, side, first, back, first, and side again. And 2 to the front, and 2 to the side. Of course, the knees are straight. Of course, the glutes are squeezing, and you can hear the brush for 3, and 2, and 1, and 3, and 2, and 1, and back, and 1 more, and side, and side, and side. Then pull into that passe position now at the knee. Lauren says, line up your belly button over your standing leg hip. Great idea. Stay stacked, maintain the toe point down low, the knee to the side. Catch your breath, feel my heart rate going here, and then finish, and again, a tall first position, shake it out, repeating single, double, triple, dégagé from first. My hands are on the hip. I think Lauren's are the same. Second could be cool too. Front, first, side, first, back, first, and side. 2 to the front, 2 to the side, 2 to the back with those hips facing front, and side for 2. And now 3 and 2 and 1, 3 and 2 and 1, and use your bum. 3 and 2 and 1. Then pull into that passe position again. Toes are pointing down, knees are pointing side. Belly button is stacked over the foot. The rib cage is forward. Go through the checklist every single time. You'll learn something new if you do. And then return to your first position. And shake it out.
And already we're back to those presses.
Back.
So today's routine was 3s and 5s repeated for 3 sets. So we're on set number 2 here, round 1 of that set. Round sets, whatever you want to call them. 3 reps.
3.
Let's all start with our non-dominant hand this round.
Okay.
Hip hinge, grip bell, pull. 3. Is your off arm making that fist as you press that bell up? Are you using your abs and your cheeks? And then always returning the bell with control. We don't want to see a lean. We might see a light hip drive getting underneath that bell, but what we want to avoid is that little teapot like Mrs. Potts here.
No, Mrs.
Same
Potts.
thing, second side. Pull to the rack. 1, 2, 3, and park. Whew. Nice. Give those shoulders a break back to the hips, the old other ball and socket joint.
That's right. And we'll be doing a nice slow drill here, but that dégagé will be coming back after our next set, so stay tuned. The slow drill is our rond de jambe, and we'll do it on a straight leg for 2, and then a bent leg. So on a straight leg, reach front like that tendu exercise. Maintain that ballet point as you go from the front to the side. Maintain that turnout as you reach to the back, and then all the way through first. And we'll repeat that again. Front first, side, turn out, straighten the knee, squeeze your glute, and then all the way back to that first position. Now to the back, keeping the hip forward and the leg behind, like a lock and a key or a key and a lock. Turn out to the side, to the front. The toes lead back, the heel stays front. Point back. Reach out of that leg from the back to the side and the side to the front. Pull into first, pull up to the ankle and stay there. I did say the bent knee, so let's do that. Now just for 1 repetition on a bent knee,
I have ESPN.
to the front, let's do our plie first. Take the leg to the front and do our slow circle. Maintain that turnout and maybe test yourself without a hand on the bar. Full stretch out the back, return to the first position, and then we'll plie again. Reach tendu, straight leg to the back, and then open up. That inseam faces forward, test yourself without the bar, then a full stretch, then into the first position, and then from there, challenge your balance accordingly. This is great. This is also good in passe on the flat foot, or stack yourself, maintain your breath, find your passe hold on demi, and as much as you can, control the down back to that first position. Thanks for those lightning bolts in the eyes, Lauren, shooting it my way, because you want to do the 2 on the straight leg.
They were gentle lightning bolts.
One each on a bent,
You're like,
and then those
pew.
balance.
Not
a reminder.
like...
No, not a Zeus-style lightning bolt,
no.
just a little
da-da.
awareness.
Okay.
So let's do the same thing. My legs are straight. The toes are pointing. We're reaching to the front, to the side, maintaining the turnout to the back, and doing that same circle 1 more time. Front. Reach out of those hips, straighten those kneecaps, and back into first. We'll go to the back way. The toes lead back. The heel presents itself forward. The toes lead back. Knees are straight, of course. Back, side, front, into that first position. Now we'll do our plie shape, tendu shape out front, test without the balance. Get your knee to touch the wall behind you of that standing leg. A full stretch into first. 1 more time plie, and then tendu out the back. And then turn out, test yourself on the balance. A full stretch out front, close to first. Come up through that gateway of the ankle towards that passe position. Toes point down, knees point sideways. Focus on that object in front of you, probably one that doesn't move is the best. Hold for time, and then return to our first position and shake it out. This is our second set of press for that second round, which means the number 5.
Great, so we're here at the number 5. I want you to think this time about squeezing your butt on every press. Number 5 is gonna get a little bit heavier. You know what I mean. So use your cheeks and use all of the muscles in your body. Here we go, hip hinge. The undominant arm first. 5, 1, inhale down, keep your breath, keep that tension. 3, look up, drive through that pinky, have that strong base in your core and your glutes as you press that bell one last time. And then put it down, stand up without, and shake out that tension. Look around for more tension, gather it up, bring it in, and same thing other side. 5, 1, 2. Sometimes as we go, this gets a little bit more groovy, and you think it's gonna be heavier, but in fact it starts to feel lighter. It's the magic of
the
pressing.
kettlebell. That's right. You are strong, and with the kettlebell press, we hope you feel stronger. If you do feel your weights or your quality of reps is going down, come on, drop that bell as well. Nothing wrong with a little regression to keep your progress up. I said it was something slow on the rond de jambe. Now it's time for something quick. The dreaded and the favorited 8-8, 4-4, 2-2, 1-1, 1-1-1. And we'll climb right back up. No, we won't. We'll start 8s all the time. 8s and 4s and 2s and 1s. Little rest, same thing on the other side. Ready to go, Lauren?
What am I trying to do? Not move my body.
Not move the body. Quiet core, but super active core. Ready to go, arms in second or on the bar. I'll be starting on the and. 3, 2, 1, and 1 and 2. 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. Now 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now 4, 3, 2, 1 and 4, 3, 2. Now 2 of them. 2 of them, and quick and quick and quick and quick. Quick pause. Start with the other leg on the and. 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now 4, 3, 2, 1, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now 2. 2 quick ones, and now a single and a single and a single and a single. And shake it out. Thank goodness we have a nice light set of presses here at 3.
All right, so this
breaths.
is our third set here. First round of set number 3, 3 reps. Here we go. Hinge, use whatever arm you'd like. Grip, and 1, 2, and 3. And park that bell when you're done with control. Always using that hinge to pick the bell up and to put it down. Take your time in your setup. If you need to adjust your stance or adjust your t-shirt, please feel free. Second side, same number. Inhale to pull. 1, tension. 2, always back down to that rack. 3, and park. Whew, back to the hips.
Back to those hips. We've incorporated that dégagé or the leg out front. We've incorporated our plié. Now let's work on the fondue exercise where we bend the knees together and straighten the knees together as well. So hand on the hip or on the side, and let's just start pulling up to the coup-de-pied position as we bend the knee in a single leg squat. Then we'll stretch those knees together and reach out front. Then bend the knees, returning to the coup-de-pied, and then out to the side en croix. Find the back ankle coup-de-pied, knee bend, and a full stretch. And then again to the side. And the secret here is we're going to do it one more time all the way through. Bend together, straight together. Bend together, create a diamond, and full leg straight. Back ankle coup-de-pied, full stretch there too. One more time, to the side. Now bring it into that passe position, and to the front of the back, Lauren. Oh, I was going to say
I was
attitude.
avoiding that.
A little attitude here. So extend that knee maybe just a little bit more and point those toes and hold it there and activate your core and your hip flexor and return to the passe position and then back into our tall first position and then let it shake and wiggle.
I did
out
on
there.
a rise, sorry.
That's okay. That's even harder. So again, pick your own adventure a little bit, of course, but here we are in this time, Fondus, twice through en croix, and a balance in that attitude out front. That's right, pull up to that coup de pied as we bend in our first squat and stretch those knees and point those toes. Maintain your turnout on the standing leg, straighten together, and
Maintain
bend
your
together.
turnout on both legs.
That's right, and those straight knees when that leg reaches out, en croix like we are to the side. That's one full round. We'll do that again as you point to the front, and then knee side. And to the side, that second position, ankle to the back. Final time reaching out the back. One more time, to the side, to the passe, on that demi, or on the attitude, on a demi, even better, and breathe, and control. Then return to that passe position, back to that first tall standing position. Next, shake it out.
Oh, we have our last set of presses here. One last set, the number 5, or nothing higher, or whatever number suits you that you can finish with maybe one last rep that you could do. Here we go. Strong. Hinge, grip, 5. 1, 2. This is a very important set that we use that breath, that we use that tension through the rest of our body. We pull our kneecaps up to help us send that bell towards overhead. Whew. That doesn't mean we're bending our knees and push pressing it. It just means we're going boom, power. All right, same thing, second side. Hinge grip, 5. 1, last set of presses. 2, keep that forearm vertical, the bell on the outside of that arm. And last one, 5. Whew. You might actually have one more. Whew. Nice. Take a break. Some heavy metal.
That is. Legs, they're also heavy too, particularly when you have to hold them in one place for an extended period of time. So let's finish today's practice with that low body.
Sounds like we're gonna do that.
Some leg lifts. We'll be doing our leg lifts to the front in a low, medium, high position, and then out to the side for the same. In first, pull up to that ankle, start here, and extend the knee out front. Avoid twisting to the bar, so instead, push that standing hip through, maintain your square, and then back to that ankle or coup de pied. Then challenge yourself, if that's appropriate, to the knee, that passe position.
Do we have 2 or 3 of these?
3. And from that knee passe position, straighten out. Point the toes, straighten the knee, incorporate that turnout, pull the knee side. Probably the same height. Challenge the height of that passe position. And one last time, breathe and stretch. And again, maybe without the assistance of that balance hold. Pull, knee side. Return to your tall first position. Let's just do a quick switch. Do the same thing out front on the other side.
And then go back to the sides?
And then go back to the sides.
You were giving that like a break. You're being nice.
Yeah, I thought so. I want to be fair about it. So first position, ankle coup de pied, the toes point down and stretch. Find the midline. Avoid being out to that 10 o'clock or 2. Be at midnight. Then knee side, find passe, and repeat. Now, I do find it hard to maintain that turnout on both legs, as Lauren said, and maintain my breath.
I find it hard to keep that standing leg straight.
That standing leg always wants to bend. So one more time, hold it out there, toe point to the midline, return that passe hold, and then back to our tall first. Of course, that's where we can make it look easy and feel easy. And we'll do the same thing for our last exercise as we reach out to the side or second position. Pull up to the ankle, squeeze your glutes. With or without that assistance of the bar, hold. 3, 2, and pull in. Stay low if that's for you. Challenge passe if you want. If we're out to the side, the leg is high, but the hip itself is low. And then for one last time, passe, hold, extend the knee, point those toes, passe position as you finish, and then back to the first position. I try to get a little fancy there, not using the bar. And this side, because I struggled, I'll probably use the bar. Work it in a little bit, challenge yourself, but always look for the control. So passe position, knee side and point side. Squeeze, you're standing like a bum cheek, keeping your weight on the forefoot. Back to the ankle, then to passe at the knee. Maintain the toe point, no sickled ankles here. And again, on the toes, so you could go up on that rise if you ever needed to. Then it's the final one. I always am asked to challenge my passe position for the pirouette and hold and balance, passe again, back to our first position, and then shake. That's it for me, but maybe Lauren has one nice little ribbon spiraled roll here to finish us with this evening.
All right, so let's stand our feet just slightly wider than our hips, arms across our chest. What we're going to do is we'll be keeping our hips forward, so belly button down stays stationary. Head is going to stay in line with sternum, so as you rotate, try to lead more with your torso than leading with your head today. I like to keep my arms slightly apart so that I can keep my shoulder blades together. With a pencil between my shoulder blades, my chin tucked, I'm going to take my upper body, my hips will stay forward, and I'm going to rotate that upper body one direction. I'm going to take a breath here, and I'm going to try to rotate a little bit further. Now that I'm over here, I'm going to lift my body up and away from my belly button and do a small side bend out that back corner. Then I'll use my front abs to bring myself back up. This time I'll lift up and I'll try to do a front side bend off that front corner. And then back up. And then together with my head and my core, I'll rotate my torso back to center. So we're dissociating that lower body from the upper body as we repeat the other direction. Rotation, hips stay forward. Breathe. Try to find a little more rotation. Then lift up and away. Side bend to the back corner. Pull yourself back on with all of your abs. And then side bend to that front corner. And then again, use your core to stand yourself back up. And then use your abs to rotate your torso back to center. Keep that light brace for a couple seconds. Squeeze your butt cheeks. And then gently relax. But don't relax too much. What I said to somebody yesterday, you're 100% relaxed when you're sleeping. Even when you're standing, you have a little bit of tension in your butts and your abs, just so you're not standing on your bones.
Right. Gravity is pushing down, so we want to use our core to pull ourselves away from those hips. This has been about a half hour of bars and bells, pressing for overhead and full body strength, and bar exercises for the small stuff like our feet, and the important stuff like our hips. This is week 4 of 6, so stay tuned for weeks 5 and 6 coming your way. And we are live on Saturday mornings with
the body weight workout. So all you need is this. Get one, you have one. That's all you need. And about this much space. So set up your camera, get ready to warm up your wrists and work on some body weight challenges, including crawls, single leg squats, and potentially some handstands.
Nice.
Until then, check out our website, check out our Patreon, like and subscribe.
And share.
And join our newsletter, and take care.
Stay strong.
And we'll train soon.
Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.